Hello, US 102 history class. We are now in the thick of week two, and I hope you're getting familiar and comfortable with the routine, or should I say comfortable. Um, Many of you are getting it down nicely. Um, there's just a few things that I need to mention to some of you, and I'm hoping, of course, I need to get everyone watching the announcements and reading the announcements right away. Um, there's been a few students that have had some confusion about some things that they got resolution once they saw the announcements. So I understand we get busy and sometimes it's easy to kind of forget to do that, but I'm doing my best to communicate with all of you by use of the announcements and to update you and to just kind of address things that could be a problem. I appreciated I accidentally had two videos that were the same videos. I don't know how that happened. I never make mistakes. No, no, but really though, that was my bad, and so I was able to address that, and I post the announcement and let everybody know what the issue is and how to resolve it, and moving forward. Um, so that's something that I just want to make sure that you all are on top of looking at these announcements. Um, I have been very busy. I'm actually up here in Oregon doing some work out here for my other job that I do occasionally. It's like a three-job economy. Um, so, anyhow, um, I'm trying to stay on top of things. Starting next Wednesday in the evenings, I'm going to be having Zoom office hours in the evenings available, open for everyone. I meant to do that this week. I wasn't able to make it happen with getting up here to Oregon with a 10-hour drive-in and all that. So, um, anyhow, um, but I will start doing that. And in regards to a few things, there's just two things I really need to really focus on. Looks like the sun is coming down. Oops, where should we go? Here. Okay, so um, what I want you to do is make sure that you're paying attention to the examples I have on how to do the papers, how the papers should look. So when you're writing or the essays, actually I get more shade in here. Sorry, this is distracting. Um, so when you're apologize, trying to this whole last few days is me rearranging my life. It makes sense that this announcement video is me moving around trying to figure out like the sun following me, harassed by the sun. But anyhow, okay, so I have examples of how essays should look with the citations. Many of you have followed them nicely, but I haven't graded several papers because they didn't follow that, and I wanted you to take the opportunity to look at the examples I had. I put up those examples before even the papers were turned in, which tells me a lot of you were not looking at my announcements. So I want the citations in parentheses at the end of a direct quote and or a paraphrase for the papers. That's what needs to happen. I have a few examples that I've posted on the announcement. So please make sure you actually look at that. And if you have a question about this and you need some help or clarification, I'll gladly do it. Feel free to text me if you need if you want to go over this sooner than later. Tomorrow I'll be working Saturday and Sunday at my other jobs. Probably early Sunday morning or late Saturday night, I'll open up next week's class. Okay, so don't get worried. Don't feel rushed in. I'm just going to open up a little bit early and make sure that you guys have access to that because I'm going to be working till dinner time, from morning till dinner time tomorrow and Sunday. Okay, and so You can text me if you have an issue, and then when I have a lunch break, which can be at any time of the day, it could be as late as 3, I will make sure I give you a quick call or text back to help you out if there's something you need to get clarity on. But please make sure you're looking at those. And then I also want to remind you that the policy is on late work is if it's 8 hours after it's due. If it's over 8 hours after due, you have to contact me before you attempt to turn in late work, or else I don't look at it. I don't look at late work if you've turned it in without asking me first. So don't turn it in and then say, Mr. Pollock, I hope you accept this. That's not how it works. I made this very clear, okay? So I need you guys to get on board with that. There's reasons to do that. I'm going to work with you, and I'm very generous, but I need, this. Anyways, I don't need to explain this right now. The bottom line is, I'm going to work with you, but you have to, at that point, you're going to have to reach out to me first, okay? And that's the policy, and it's not going to change, okay? And if we've had a conversation, and you tell me, in 2 weeks I can get, or whatever arrangement that we've come up with, you don't have to ask me again at that point, unless I make a statement that at this point in the semester, we have to hurry up and, the arrangements have changed. I'll always communicate with you on like what you need to do or how to do it. So my goal is always to try to help you guys and make things as clear as possible so that you're not feeling, like you're lost at what to do. And sometimes, some of the links aren't working right. Students are reaching out and you're communicating with me saying, Mr. Pollock, the reading link's not working. And so then I'm like, oh my gosh. And I go and try to fix it. And so when there's any kind of issues like that, I'll always, make sure I fix it. Now, going back to the video notes as well, if you're going to do video notes and one of the videos is not working, at some point you're going to have to be able to do it. So you can reach out to me and say, Mr. Pollock, I'm having a problem with it. But if you want full points for video notes, we're going to have to figure that out together. And you're going to have to make those video notes. So that's something I also want to remind you. And remember that the school, for some reason, some things get censored and other things don't, and for different reasons. And so if we keep having a problem with some of my videos because they're just getting blocked at the school site on whatever you're using, let's talk to your teacher that you're working with there, and usually the tech person. We can start doing something to make sure that doesn't happen, because you all are supposed to have full access to everything that I'm posting. Okay, and so I just want you all to know this as well. I'm trying to be careful as a professor. When it comes to politics, I don't like any of my students to ever feel alienated about, like taking a side, like on very current events, and this president versus that president, all this kind of stuff. But I just want to say that I know that because of what's happening, there's a lot of students that are being affected in different ways as to the rhetoric coming out and some of the policies that are being mentioned, that some of this is just very disrupting in a big way and very scary and not good for many of you. I'm aware of that. I have friends from all different backgrounds, and I care. And so, I just want you all to know that. And if you're feeling uneasy about what's going on and you're feeling worried, I just want you to know that your professor cares. What can I do right now? I'm a long distance online professor. I don't have a lot of power in this world, but I just want you to know that, at least. Okay. And I think that the information that we're covering lines up quite well with where we're at right now. So at the very least, it's showing you the importance of history and what it means and why social changes have had to occur, and what 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 has taken place in the past, and the questions about where we're going in the future. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that. So we'll be in touch, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.